What's up everyone, how's it going? Rob Cosler here, MotoLabDirtBikes.com. It's going to be a quick video about some thoughts, some pros and cons here about the air fork, our XC and SX models, KTM, Husky, 21 Plus Gas. Just a brief overview. 2017 first rendition, all the way up through 2020, remained virtually unchanged with some valving changes. The first year saw a couple design flaws with the plastic mid-valve piston and the extremely loose top-out spring, so those are absolutely critical that you do OEM replacements on those if you're servicing it. The overall feel and action of the 17 to 20, not very desirable, not very good. Can it be tuned? Yes. Can it be made better? Yes. There's plenty of aftermarket options available, but we need to start with the preface of who are you and what are your goals? And that's going to be something you really need to ask yourself, because where you want to go with it, your budget, etc., are going to follow. 21 Plus Air Fork, KTM, 21 Plus Gas, and Husky, much better. They made a number of changes, both with the mid-valve and then also the air spring side of it. Lots of updates. We're not going to go into detail on that. Overall, 21 Plus, I feel, is a pretty good fork stock. And like I said, it just depends on who you are and what you're using it for. And keep in mind, this is a cross-country racing bike or a motocross bike. So to expect its stock to just soak up all the bumps off-road, going slow speed, is unrealistic. Like I said, there's plenty of options to tune them. Some of the pros I want to talk about are the lightweight. So, I mean, it's my belief, and I think other suspension tuners as well, that the simple fact of the air fork is really to save money. It's all about cutting manufacturing costs. I mean, look at the Explorer fork. It's still considered an open chamber, but you no longer have low speed adjustable compression. So, another pro of it is that it does take some massive hits well. The rate of progression in which that air compresses is exponential. They handle massive hits well. They're relatively easy to service and work on too, so that's another pretty good benefit. If you don't keep up with the outer chamber oil, which is a very minimal amount, like a roughly average 200 milliliters, they'll get skunked and the performance of the fork will fall off drastically. So, couple of cons: it'll never have the small bump compliance of a spring fork, and then that's just a fact. While you can make it good, I mean, there's no doubt about it, it's just a fact. So another con is, you got to check the air pressure. With big temperature swings, we're talking 20 plus degrees, you're gonna have something that's going to change. And another con, which I think is probably the biggest one for me, is as you ride, all that friction on the internal components generates a high amount of heat, and that expansion will literally bump the spring rate up 3+ psi, depending upon how aggressive you're riding it. So what that means is, towards the end of the ride, when you're the most tired, you're getting the most beat up. You've literally gone up a spring rate and a half. That sucks. So, I mean, just like anything, right? You're working within the design limitations of the stock components. So there's plenty of options for you out there. We're going to get some shots of riding over some different obstacles and stuff to give you an idea. It's, like I said, it's a decent fork, and got to work within your budget and do what's best for you. There's plenty of options out there. We'd be happy to discuss your needs. Go ahead and just fill out the form, MotoLabDirtBikes.com. Click the Start Now button, and we'll be happy to get back with you with a detailed quote, a suggestion through email. If you need to talk to us, let us know. Happy to discuss. So, all right, hey, thanks again for your time. Check us out, MotoLabDirtBikes.com, and 423-900-2233, or info@MotoLabDirtBikes.com. See you guys on the trail.